EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. In motion, Aguilar. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down. Well, they told us that he was just going to be a bear to defend. And usually tight ends are, Charles, but he's no exception to that rule. His second catch of the opening possession, and it gets him a first down.
Yeah, and they certainly saw something on his earlier reception. He went back and reported what he found. And one of the things about him, he's like a wide receiver to me, Brandon. He has a great sense of space and understanding where defenders are.
Yeah, we talk all the time, Charles, that it kind of gets cliche about the hands that he has, but really it's the truth. They're, for a tight end, some of the best hands in the game. Second down, they go again with Henry. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now Browning. Now a short one to Gesicki. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up second down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
This is Brown going up the middle. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Browning. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw, Browning. This will be caught once again by Brown. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. Fourth down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
They'll try and throw for it here. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. A first down carry for Henry. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort. Turned it into a successful play.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now it's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Jackson now. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Jackson will throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. They shakes him off. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 48. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this will be caught at the 30. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Browning. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. A gain of 3, 2nd down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. (10-0) is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And he will get back to at least cover this. Certainly a sigh of relief there. But his offense going to be set up deep in their own territory now.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he's going to be touched down here.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Man open left side is Brown. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1.
much you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Complete, it's Henry. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that'll
fucking
bring up
pussy.
4th down. Tucker's kick is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are, almost to 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Browning. This will be caught by Brown. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Browning. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's caught, Andre Yoshivas. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, a give to Brown. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. backed up in good situation. It didn't matter. So they've been
Like I said, guys, I don't set out to stop a play
So
in these games. They're meaningless plays.
in this game, but boy, not getting that when that
Meaningless
That's
games.
a little bit demoralizing, so they have
Meaningless
to be careful
games.
about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Inside handoff, Henry. And a short gain there.
Like I said, guys, these players waste their time playing like this. They're not having fun.
And for the defense, this is a spot
And we're not getting anything from these wins because nobody sees these wins. You guys know I don't care about wins. You guys know I don't try.
Keep them in check on that first down carry.
Clock continuing
Not in
to
these
run.
games.
They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Again, it's Henry. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. Here's Jackson to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away.
Guys, look at the first time he had one actual pass play. Look what he did with it. Two guys wide open. But once again, like I said, I never told anybody they ever sucked or were trash. They're just pussies or lazy.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Report.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert.
Like I said, pussies or lazy and scared.
Go for it, but come up empty. And the Bengals will get the football back. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it.
And you know what they tell me when I talk about how they play? Oh, I suck. That's why I play the way I do. Right? I had bullshit. You don't suck. You're trying to score every single time.
And try and finish it ourselves.
Throwing to start the drive. Browning. He'll look underneath and finds Brown.
Like I said, one or two reads.
Shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
That's my fourth.
This drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need two of them.
But I'm not reading the defense like I do. Not reading the defense by my standards. You guys know this.
With a sense of urgency.
If you hike the ball within 5 seconds, you have to have what these players have.
Back to throw. Browning. This one complete to Yoshibas. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out.
Never use a scheme, still undefeated in tournaments.
So that's how a team works together.
These players have no love for the game.
Capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Yoshibas.
These players, it's almost like they wake up in the morning, like I've said this before, and they're like, oh, what scheme am I going to use today? What scheme how am I going to scheme only having one or two reads in this game? Which, by the way, also makes it hard for the defense. Doing all that shit.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
I guarantee you. Fourth read. I guarantee you he wouldn't be able to stop somebody like that. But, like I said, I'm not trying. I could have audibled like 99.9% of players constantly, and I would have seen if he's the type of player like me in tournaments and meaningful games would have taken advantage of that. I would have audibled constantly before the snap to not have him have a good idea what defense I'm in, and then have an advantage in the pass rush. Right. Having an on-block guy. I don't do that. I don't play fast D. I don't use a rush. I don't even blitz. And you have all day to throw.
Back to throw again. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki.
I don't use seam passes, corners. I don't run the ball. Don't use the scheme. And like I said, like I told you guys this the last few games, it only takes one drive. If I see my opponent play like this, I will not try the rest of the game. I'm sorry, I'm not getting paid.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a dangerous throw.
Didn't read the defense there.
Incomplete.
Just wanting something open, wanting a deep hole shot there.
So I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off.
And like I said, no one takes it.
Because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession.
Guys, he had to do everything. Offense, defense, and special teams. You saw him using a stun kick right there. Seriously.
They'll look to throw again.
They're free on the play. At the end of the day, whose offense is more, like, whose offense is better? I could not score 1 point, and my offense is better. His offense won't last. My offense will. Congratulations, you scored. I didn't read your defense at every level. I didn't do my blocking adjustments, ever. I don't run the ball. I don't, like I said, there's no strategy behind anything I do in these games. I don't manipulate my opponent's user, big plays for that. I don't use motion in these games. I do in tournaments, meaningful games. I do what he does. I do what they do, but not in these games. Oh, how does that help you win games? Undefeated in tournament. I still don't play like these guys, and I'm undefeated in tournament. Oh, well, you didn't face me in the tournament. That's why you're undefeated. You didn't face me in the tournament, right? I could just, like I said, do you guys hear these guys talk? No, I have them muted because 22, 23 years, guys, of experience. I've heard it all. I've heard, oh, you suck, you're trash. I heard, you know, at least there were some that were actually smart, and they knew, like, bro, like, what are you doing? You were in the same play every game. Like, this was years ago, right? I would say in the same formation. And I still do sometimes because I'll go no huddle. Guys, you run an outside run versus time. And why is it that I only face Ravens, huh? I beat that ass. How is it? How is it that I'm always beating that ass? And how is it that I'm in all these close games with backups, my guy, with backups? Go learn to actually play.
First and 10 here. Here's Jackson.
Go learn to play. Yeah, you had a corner right open. Impossible to shut all that down. I'm not in the business of playing like that. Don't need to.
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
He couldn't play me straight up. Nobody can.
Jackson to throw.
I was going to say, don't do it again. Oh, my God.
Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
He got lucky on defense like so many times. Just getting to me, like the coverage being really tight, which, you know, I should expect because I'm playing with backups, like I said. Literally, my third, fourth, I mean, I have to put my starting tight end at number 4. That's how it is.
The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.
And you see all the shit that they're doing? Oh my God, you would think this was a fucking tournament game. You would think this was fucking televised. Holy shit. All this shit that he did, right? And they're like, oh, you suck, you're trash. Like, you can't stop me. I'm not going to do everything it takes to stop my opponent, right? Like I said, I could constantly audible. I could put Fag D there. I could, you know, disguise my coverage shell. You know, I could put a cover 3 out there and disguise with a cover 0 shell. Like, I don't even disguise my covered shells, guys. At the most, I will audible, like, because from the start of the play, I'm not really studying. I'm not taking my time at the play call screen to see what personnel they're in, what formation and then coming out of the huddle, I mean, I'm just picking what I'm picking. So they could be under center and I'm in dime or quarters. Like, they could be having 4 wide receivers and I'm in base. Like, and you think you're good because you took advantage of that? Come on. If I like, and here's the other thing. He's in the business of winning games. He's not in the business of having fun. And they might think that the trade-off is you have fun when you win games. Okay, so I mean, it's how long would that last in a tournament? There's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, you can do whatever you want, but don't spam it. Oh, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Don't spam it. You know what I'm saying? Would I use shit like that? Yeah, end of the half play. I'm down 1 or 2 touchdowns and I need to score, like, you know, I haven't showed it all game and I'm down 10, I'm down 14, and maybe I feel a little more confident defensively. Like, maybe I played like shit the first 3 quarters and I'm down 2 scores. And I know, okay, my defense has been shutting them out too, so I'll go with something like this. Down 2 scores. But to do it every single play, like, and then they'll troll and say you suck if you can't stop it. Like, bro, come on. And the funny thing is that they're the ones willing to do everything to stop their opponent. I'm not. So I suck because I'm not willing to do whatever it takes to stop my opponent. And like I said, you know what I mean? Same thing on offense too. And you know they're trying to really win every game they play with the way they're kicking too. You think I can't do that too? Think I can't use scum kicks? I mean, oh my God. Makes no sense. So now we're on to whatever team's after the Bills. I mean, after the Bengals, which probably is the Bills. I'm not sure. Yeah, Bills. Okay. Like, I'll say this: like, if I don't face an opponent that's doing all that shit in these games, where I'm not like doing everything in tournaments, if I don't face an opponent like that, who's trying to spam something, stretches, RPOs, like going spread, like, you know, using these motion plays, like, if I don't face that, there's a good chance I'm gonna win. But if I face that, guys, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna try. And all I can do is get lucky defensively and try to keep up on offense.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. Our kicker Tyler Bass has us ready to start, and we're underway here in South Philly. Couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. First and 10. They'll go play action here with Williams. And good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Keenan Allen on that one. And it'll bring up second down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast. And tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. Even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
On third down, it's Williams. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down. They're going for it. Here's Williams. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on fourth and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs. From the 35, it's first and 10. Here's Trubisky. And that ball incomplete over the middle. Trying to find Ray Davis out of the backfield. And it'll lead to a second down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete. Keon Holding, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up third down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He dives and for the first down.
You just love to see this effort, especially on third down. You understand you have to keep this possession alive. You have to do everything in your power sometimes to bail out your quarterback, and it's exactly what he does here, and it brings up a fresh set of downs.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And he's into the end zone. Curtis Samuel. Touchdown, Bills. Tyler Bass now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills will take a 7-0 lead.
They got me with that one cover two there. Like, I know when that happens, like, I have enough time to, like, change the throw or basically control the receiver that was in the flat and make sure, you know, try to make sure they don't pick it off. The funny thing, I was looking for that coverage because a lot of players play that even there, and you know, I don't. I'm not lazy. You know, I'm all for picking the right plays at the right times, but I'm not lazy. You know, I'm not gonna stick in something and say like, oh, if it's not broken, don't fix it. My opponent, you know, if my opponent can't, you know, beat a certain defense, beat a blitz or whatever, like, you know, I'm not going to keep doing it.
Here comes
Like I said, is it smart? You bet your ass. I'm doing that in a meaningful game. I'm doing everything you're doing. I'm mixing it up. I'm using motion. I'm picking money plays, you know. Leave that open there. Now look at the flow of the offense here. Man, when am I going to face an opponent like me? Still, it's been 22, 23 years playing. I faced high school coaches. I faced high school players, college players. Still, they play the game like it's a video game. It's not to me. I don't exploit the game. I don't even exploit the game in tournaments. I'm undefeated in tournaments, and I still don't. That was a good one. I wonder what that was probably a weird curl route. Nice. Oh yeah, double post. Yep. Shit, I don't have that on my tournament. That used to be one of my go-to plays. You know, because, oh man, I used to win a lot of games or tie a game with that play. Because it's tough to defend in man or zone. Because you got that one, you know, curl right there that splits zones. And then you got, like, the great man speeder, cover 0, cover 1, like, cover 2, cover 4. I mean, it beats everything. That's what these players do. I don't pick plays that beat every coverage. Sorry. But like I said, nothing wrong with that in meaningful games. You do whatever you want. You know. And if I don't do that in the tournament, or I'm not doing everything right, that's on me. But luckily I don't have to resort to that. And, you know, to be honest, I really shouldn't play like that, because if I play a certain way, I don't take my opponent seriously, right? Because there's games where, you know, you and your opponent aren't scoring all game or whatever. And it's just like the first one to come out with a money play, the first one to do something different, like the first one willing to do whatever it takes wins, you know what I mean? And I'm sorry, even in tournament games, I'm not going to resort, you know, to like really cheap shit. That was really good. That looked like a play action. What was it? Yeah, counters, you know, I don't like counters because most fronts can stop a counter, but like, that was really good. That almost looked like a drop play. It was like a long handoff, but it was weird. Like sometimes the long developing run plays make it look like it's play action. Yeah, and like I said, I don't read the defense. I mean, I don't read their offensive formation, their personnel. Like if I read that pre-snap, I know that I'm not saying I know what's coming. I'm saying you have a better idea of what's coming. You know, they have that Texas, the route with like a post, corner, Texas, drag, and they have crack toss, and I forgot what else out of that play. And right here, you know, it's covering the levels concept, or the run. Funny, he's playing with the Bears. I just finished playing with the Bears yesterday or 2 days ago. But would he be willing to play with 57 overall, Tyson Badgett? No, I do. I'm the only one. I'm the only one playing with backup. I mean, I'm not the only one, but these players who may like play with backups, they're still like using a scheme. They're like, listen, with the schemes and plays these players use, I could go back to what I used to do and play with punters. Oh my God. Like you literally having pre-snap, you can literally see one guy's not aligned with a wide receiver, boom, touchdown. Like you don't need, bro, I could put the water boy at quarterback. You do not need a fucking starter. I played with punters at quarterback. I know that was coming because I used that play. Anytime now I see a play action, I'm just like, you know, I go and cover that. But here's the thing. You don't need to go and cover that like I did. You can just read keys. You can be like, okay, what's the tight end doing? He blocking? is he on blocking relief? What's he doing? You know what I mean? You can read keys. You don't have to like set out to stop players. And they don't think about time management. I mean, I won a lot of tournament games, right? Meaningful games, because I'm literally, like, let's say there's 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and I have the ball, and I'm like down 3 or something. Like, I know how much time to use to to make sure that I'm going to have the ball last. So let's say I'm down 3 minutes left in the third quarter. I will onside kick it, and that's in tournaments. Like, I would never do that, have that type of strategy in these games. And I will do that to ensure that I either can get the ball back, and the times that, even in the tournament, the times that I recover the onside kick, I punt it right back. Because all I really want is for them to score quick. So I'm up 4, right? I was down 3. I score a touchdown. I go up 4, or whatever it is. And I let them score, or not let them score. Play high risk, like high reward defense in that situation, because you're up 4 and you're going to get the ball back. So once again, onside kick will ensure that they're going to have short field if they recover it, and you might, like, if you keep that strategy and you keep the onside kick. I don't. But if you kept it, well, it's either your ball or theirs, but if it's their ball, they have short field, which means they can score, pretty quick. And assure that you're going to get the ball last and win the game. Yeah, you're limiting possessions that you might get, so you're having to score every drive in the second half doing that, but you're shortening the game. Is he user rushing? Like I said, yeah, I didn't even know. And a half. And in a half, I really don't care what players do. Okay, I got one timeout left. I was gonna call timeout, but then I looked at it, said like, don't use your timeouts when you don't need to. Because I was gonna say, if I had like 2-3 timeouts, I'd take a timeout and put my, my plays that I like. Yeah, I thought he was gonna pick it off the first time, and then it ended up looking open, and then he came back to it to defend it. You're not gonna go through your reads or, try every time. Like I said, I'm not even, like, reading too high isn't even enough, Didn't need to do that. I don't even know. I hate flipping the play because having to throw the left side. Oh, look at that. I don't flip my plays. Flipping your plays is to give you a good, easy, like, big play touchdown or big play. This play right here is a go-to, like, starter. Wow, dude. I thought he was running the flat. What the fuck? Guys, like I said, I don't even know my own play. So you're telling me that the running back does that and the blocking rule. So that don't make any sense to me. No, I'm pretty sure maybe the running back's on a choice route or something, and then the tight end's on that blocking release curl. But you'll see ridiculous shit. Like, I want to talk about shit that smart that players do, but it's just ridiculous. Like, they'll be in a 3rd and 35 with Lamar Jackson, right? Well, a mobile quarterback. Insane. They will have a route that, like, goes everywhere, every part of the field, right? seam, post, corner, underneath drag, basically to get the defense. Like if they think you're like in a drop coverage or match or something, they're gonna get everything, you know, deep downfield. And then they'll roll around with like Lamar or something, and then they'll have like their running back, Derrick Henry, run like a block and release curl route, and it's wide open, because it's like it's a third and 30, fourth and 30, whatever it is, and they're just trying to execute every single play. It's ridiculous, like every single play. They're trying to convert on a third or fourth and 30. Like, it's crazy. You know, that type of shit. And then you see them do the same thing in goal line. Like I have a problem with players that just, you know, they're not really trying. We're not really trying either, but get that comeback. Yeah, I know, it's a tight end. It's a tight end. If it's a wide receiver, you got a chance to. A lot of times with that play, you know, obviously you don't want to take that, like smoke route or screen, the smoke route there. So you're just reading the deep routes first, right? There's no time left. But if one guy gets unblocked in the D line, right there, you don't have enough time to read all three of those routes, deep routes. But that's where I say you can read one side of the field. You can read like the fake, like wide receiver wheel and the seam both at the same time. You don't have to like read one read, you know, read every read individually in your progression. You can read one side, you know. But sometimes when live bullets are flying, like you forget that. Yep. It's crazy too, like, so apparently a lot of I keep forgetting that they put a wide receiver in that running back there. I keep forgetting that because, I mean, guys, crucial situations, that could be a fumble. But what is up with these big hits, though, you know? Wow. I've been fucking around the last few games doing shit that I never do before. I never do that, but never play like that. I just did that just for the hell of it. What the hell? What the fuck? That's why I say I never use option routes, choice routes, guys, right? How many times have you seen my practice videos where that choice or option route every single time runs a slant against any coverage? And then I go into a game, he runs it out. Or he goes to the flat. Like, what the hell? That's why I say I don't like read options. I don't like RPOs. I don't like triple options. I don't like having choice routes or option routes, because they can fuck you up. And like I said, you know, I can use RPOs or read options, but because I don't use them, like I won't read the play like where it tells you like hold X to like give the ball off or press this to pass it. You're picking an RPO play, and you're not, like, there's times where I pick a play and I didn't even know it was an RPO. So it's like, oh, what's going on here? So I don't even know what my routes are. There's literally plays I will hike the ball and not even know what play I called. So it's like, oh shit, it's a play action. Oh shit, it's a run. Oh shit, it's like, I don't know what routes I'm running. You know? Athlete down, short. Then you have these players on defense like, oh my god, this is terrible. And the fact that the man community is even like vouching for this shit. It's called a what's it called? defensive stick or something they're calling it, where you're able to literally you're able to switch between every defender and user. Like, that's fucking ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. Please, guys, you know I don't use plays like this. I don't use slants. So, you know, when I talk to you guys, you know, like, I will do shit that I never do. I will run the ball. I don't run the ball. And if I'm running the ball, obviously I'm on autopilot. And if I'm running it, well, I'm not reading my own blocking, you know, on the play. I'm not reading my own blocking scheme, nothing. Wow. Oh, come on, bro. I don't know if that was a catch. I'm not gonna lie. But I didn't want to also use possession catch, because some possession catches, you could be wide open on the sideline, and it's like really weird. Like, you'll use a possession catch, and then they'll literally step out of bounds with a possession catch. It's the weirdest thing. So sometimes I just let it go. When it's like a catch towards the sideline, I let it go. Oh, I lost the game because I accidentally used a possession catch. This play, I really don't understand. Like, obviously this play, I take a lot of plays that almost any coverage can defend. So, come back. 4-3. Once again, I say this because you can still get to that route. The same amount it takes to stare that route down, you can have 2 or 3 other reads on the play. So I might be doing something wrong. I might have been playing wrong my whole life, playing Madden wrong my whole life. Apparently I heard that the best way to go through your reads or your underneath routes first and then deep. I have seen the best quarterbacks say they like touchdown, first down, check down. And I play like that, and I feel like, you know, when I'm really on and I play that way, that's, you know what I mean, that's like, because you might have a whole shot. You're not going to, could you read an underneath route? Like I say, you can use routes to determine what coverage it is. Like I said, you can read a middle, you can read one side, you could use a man route. Let's say you have a drag route, but you're in a situation where you need like a big corner or a post or something to beat man coverage and really get a lot of separation and score or get a big play. You can use a drag route and other underneath man route to determine if it's man coverage. And then once you see, okay, it's man coverage, you can go to that post, that corner, that dagger, you know, that slant. Don't really do that. I do it in like gotta have it situations. And one thing I gotta do a better job of is like talking to you guys like before and after a play, not during a play. Okay. Guys, I don't even do that. I mean, like I said, coaching suggestions, I'm just picking the first page of coaching suggestions. You know, I didn't even go by my favorites. It's funny. I played better since I basically saved like 200 plays under my favorites. Because I can just scroll down and look for my plays. Whereas like, apparently if you lose in the game, Madden gives you the worst coaching suggestions. They'll give you copies of the same play. Like if you keep the game close. Alright. Are you really gonna try that? Yeah, I knew that. Like ideally he's gonna cover too, but it all depends on the release. And like I said, I could've, when you use a high bullet throw, like I don't have whatchamacallit on precision and accuracy, like pass lead or whatever, where I can just change that basically to almost be like a corner. So once again, I lose to a player didn't deserve to win. Like I said, at the end of the day, guys, I will never try in these games, but I don't need to. I just need to be on my P's and Q's. That's it. That's all. Defensively, I've been lucky that he's been using bad play calls because I'm not really using anything. I'm not reading his, like I said, I'm not reading his defensive personnel. Little empty chips. Like, I haven't blitzed him all game long, and he's using empty chips. I feel like I said, I don't blitz anybody. Not really. The only times I do is if I play with a really bad team. Wow. And I think like, oh, yeah. It's almost like we had another play on offense there. I mean, that right there, guys, I put man coverage. You know, and I always say I hate zone because your receivers can bump in the zone, but zone defenders, but it happens in man too. That's why I won't play plays. I try not to pick plays where, you know, it's crazy. Like, sometimes mesh will fuck you up. Sometimes, you know, route plays like that will fuck you up. But, you know, another opponent would have said that this guy sucks or is trash, right? 99.9% of players say, you know, they need to do that to make themselves feel better. Like, I never understood it. Just be okay with the win. Be okay with whatever the result of the game is. You don't need to, like, you know, do anything else. Like, I probably, like you guys know, when I look at my stats, you guys know, I get like 2 to 4 runs a game. And people think like, oh, you're probably scared to run the ball. Why would I be scared to run the ball? No, I don't run it because it makes the game too easy. And it's not beneficial to me either because I don't use the scheme. Never did. See, I'm not reading his formation there on offense. Just like I don't read the defense. By my standards. If I take my time at the play call screen, do you think I'm going to have, you know, nickel or dime to stop a stretch? And right here, he might go with a rollout or flats or something here, a combination. Like I said, I'm losing the guys who play like this. Like, once again, they're not trash, they don't suck, but, you know, if I was to be nice, I would say they're lazy. Like I said, I give out free wins. It's not the only one, and it won't be the last. But they think I'm trash. They think I suck because I can't stop them. I can't score. I throw picks, blah, 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 whatever it may be. You think somebody with 22 years of experience is playing like this on defense? Oh, no. Don't throw that. Holy shit. Well, you know, like I said, it makes sense. Once again, we got to let our opponent, we never quit a game. 22, 23 years playing, no matter what. Just got to say that when we have a lead, or when we have the chance to get a lead, because that could really discourage a lot of players right there. Somehow we still find a way of having a chance to win. Man, I'm not even running it there. I just picked up, literally, Madden just wants me to run the ball now. I wonder why you threw a pick. Like, some of these fans, they don't give a fuck how you throw a pick. They just care if you throw a pick, like, you know, you're trash. Oh, but yeah, players play with training wheels. And if they execute because they use training wheels, they're better than somebody who doesn't. Somebody who uses one or two reads, right? Like, literally, guys. Run, play action, screen, RPOs, read option, like, high-lowing defenders. It's very easy. Money routes. I knew he wasn't going to be able to pick it off in that situation. And I know that from experience, because going in practice on defense, how many times do we see something like that? No chance, apparently, to pick that off. And right here, I'm just going with a, you know, I say don't use plays that are going to make you stare things down. Because let's say I don't read the front and I don't do my blocking adjustments and somebody just happens to be on block. Could be a fumble, could be a sack, you know. Don't know what down and distance it is, never do. Well, I'm surprised he's not playing like other players and playing Fag D. But I bet, yeah, he will.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. The defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
I don't know why, like, every hit, when I play games online, every hit, like, there's a hit almost every time, whether I run the ball or throw the ball. There's a huge hit. And a lot of times it's because I use the two-back set, and I forget that I have a wide receiver I have a wide receiver at running back. So I'll throw the flats to them, and they get completely destroyed. You know. And I don't even know. And of course, gun split slot, you can never audible out of course. So we live and die with this right here. He's got one thing. Like I said, this is what I would do to win games, sure. But, you know, there's players who will kick a field goal when they're down 3, or they'll kick a field goal when it's tied to win the game at the 1 yard. Like, I always tell my opponent ahead of time, hey, if this comes down to a 1 yard, like, I'm at the 1 yard line, goal line, 4th and 1, I'm not kicking the field goal. Another thing, guys, too, you need to know time management and timeouts. Your timeouts and your opponent's timeouts. Oh, I was reading mine. He had 2. Okay. All right. So I was gonna say what I mean is, there were times where I was gonna win the game, and my opponent was able to ice the kicker because I ran it, but I didn't make them use their timeout. So they had one left. Your job is to make sure that they don't have a timeout left to ice the kicker. Look at that. I guess he's like us. I guess he don't care about wins either.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a
That's just like I said, like, because I don't go to, and I thought it was like if I go by formation and I go no huddle, that they'll keep me in the same play. You know, but it's also when you go to, like, anything, favorites, concept, coaching suggestions, Look at this. They're just keeping me, or maybe I did throw the formation. Guys, I didn't even put my goal line. There's literally my goal line plays for goal line. Don't remember what formation it's under. Yeah. Obviously, we know we have a field goal in our back pocket. I'm not going overtime. I don't like playing these type of plays going in overtime because they just make the game too easy. I respect. Once again, I mean, yeah, I don't really care if he ices me here. I don't care if I miss it because it's tied. Yeah, some players might say, "Oh, you're a pussy, you're kicking it." I would have went for it. Yeah, sure, buddy. Yeah, you would have went for it. What the fuck? Ah, wait a minute. Why did they have the kicking meter like that? That doesn't make sense. Because I wanted the kicking meter like that online, but they weren't able to give me the kicking meter like that online. That's a regular classic kicking meter. They showed it. This is the first time they showed it for online. So I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting to ice the kicker where, you know, the kicking meter disappears. That didn't even happen. Never even disappeared. But they had the traditional like kickoff meter. That's not. Wait. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't make sense. Well, once again, you know, if my opponent wins, you know, they've probably taken whatever I said personally. They probably think we're trash talking. I don't know in what universe that's trash talking. You know, I'm the type of player that if somebody says something to me, I'm trying to prove them wrong. You know. And I would risk, like, if it were me, and they told me, "Oh, you can't read a defense." If somebody told me I couldn't read a defense, I'd prove them wrong. But, like I said, I always tell these players, do not listen to me. Please don't let me get in your head, because I'm not trying to. I'm being genuine when I say that you play with training wheels. There's nothing wrong with it. That's how you have to play. You guys need to do you. Keep doing what works. But that ain't just like those players who, you know, use those money plays. I bet you they wouldn't last in a tournament. This type of offense won't last either. They'll last in these games where their opponent's not trying. I bet you. But once again, that sounds like I'm telling them they suck or they trash. No, it's not. Like I said, laziness. I mean, hey, I'm not even trying right now, but do you think I'd be playing like this offensively when you know both teams can get the ball? I would not be risking running the ball. I'm not saying because of fumbles. What I mean is when you run the ball, you're letting me play bend but don't break defense. Where you can see how I'm playing pre-snap. There are guys not aligned. Tells you it's zone. You know. Use that information and get into a good play. You can audible. Like, players forget that you can audible. A lot of players forget that you can audible. See, what would happen if they get all the way down to like the 3-yard line and they throw a pick or they get stopped or they kick a field goal? Then what? That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to get in their head and tell them to risk passing in here. Like, if you're going to pass, yeah, like, be smart about it. But, like, at the same time, be smart and, like, go to your reads, have a good play, like something high-low, like outside, like a flood concept, you know, some routes inside, you know, maybe go to a mesh, like, mix it up. He's just trying to inch his way into the end zone with short, easy passes. Because I have better goal line and red zone defense. Because I don't try in these games, but I have better red zone goal line defense because you're gonna try in goal line and red zone. Whether you don't get a stop or not, you're gonna try. I'm still not gonna set out to try to stop, anything. But he's like, read the front, and he's acting like I won't get the ball, too. Like as if 30 seconds were to run out here, like I only have 38 seconds to score. No, it'll go to a second overtime. And like I said, guys, we go for 2. To be honest, we forget to go for 2, like every single drive, because like I said, I don't care about wins or losses. I'll lose games because I went for 2 like in the first quarter. Like I don't care. And it's not even to show my opponent anything, show off or anything like other people might. Like it's funny because in real life, like yeah, you would only have 34 seconds left. I don't know why they don't make it the same as Madden. Because it would be too easy. It'd be so like. That would be a strategy everybody would use online if that was the case. See, I call that a money play. I don't use money plays. Do you guys ever see me use that like in the first half? In the second half, I might use it when I'm down. I might use it at the end of the half, end of the game, but I'm not actually using it as part of my offense. I fucked up there, guys. I'm willing to say I fucked up on a play that I still made a completion. Players are not willing to. Like I said, you have to be real with yourself. I didn't have to go to that read. I had something else, but it looked like he was putting a lot of zone on the left side of the field, extra guys in zone, so that's why I did what I did. And this is all just in case, but I'm pretty sure it goes to the second overtime. And that first play that I used, it wasn't even to try to get a big play. Like, I'm doing that in any time it's tied or I'm losing or, any situation. Not because it's overtime and I possibly need a big play. Yeah, you guys have to remember, too, plays like that. If you think that the coverage is tight enough, they're just going to be able to switch and make a play on it. So if that's the case, we need to change the throw. First time I think I did my blocking adjustments all game here. Yep. Yeah, he's trying to. The game's over. Maybe it has something to do with the backup quarterback. It's wide open. But when I threw it, I knew I needed to throw a bullet there. For some reason, it's the reason why I lob it there is because I'm trying to get to the front or the back pylon. So I'm trying to get even more air under it to try to get them even more open, and they're already 10-15 yards. They already have 10 to 15 yards of separation. There's no need. But then it's I'm also thinking if I use a bullet pass, the separation ain't gonna be. It's not gonna. Sometimes you use a bullet pass, and the ball's thrown behind. So that's tough. Yeah, I'm done for tonight. I don't know why my knee's on fucking fire right now. Because I'm sitting with my knee crossed and it's on fire. Yeah, once again, I really didn't try in this game. I was really not in the mood. I was just like, you could probably tell, like, he was using the most basic, like, he was using, my God, he was using the most basic shit I've seen in a long time. All I had to do was read his formation, and, I mean, the fact that he only scored, 21? It's because of that, his basic offense. His basic offense. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it hurts you. But I did not try on either side. You know, like I always say, I try to try on offense, but I was just like I was already so exhausted from the last game, mentally exhausted. Like I'll be angry from one game, and then I'll just play the next game just out of spite. And then sometimes it's like I'll play one drive, two drives in the first quarter or whatever. I'll go on offense on my drive, they go on offense on their drive, whatever, like regardless. If I score, they stop me, I stop them, like regardless of what the score is. It could be 0-0, 7-0 them, 7-0 me, like I'm already checked out.